Here's a basic image from bridal preparations. Just going to run through a quick edit for this. So looking at it, there's nothing in particular that is great about the colour. We've got some different colour temperatures here, some grubby looking light over here. So straight into black and white for this one. Especially with the silhouette, the colour doesn't add anything to this particular image. It's not flattering, so I'm going to use my preset, go into black and white. So this is a bit dark, of course, it's exposed that way. Now, so we're going to bring this the bride up to, so she's silhouetted against this window and we can see the dress. So just roughly looking at the bride at the moment without looking at any other part of the image, there's a very slight halo around the edge here. I can reduce that by bringing the whites up a little bit, sorry, the highlights a little bit. It's less noticeable, but there will still be something there. It's a bit wonky, so I'm going to straighten that up. Now looking at this image, there's a distraction in the top left hand side, so this area here is a bit distracting, so I'm going to crop that off altogether. And that brings the attention away. I'm trying to keep the balance of the image, so we've got the dress on one side, the bride on the other side, and it's nicely balanced. If we wanted to, maybe we could straighten up a little bit within the lens correction by doing this with a vertical, if you were that way inclined. I'm not too fussed about that, to be honest, on this particular image. So there's a lot of dark now that I'm not particularly keen on, but we could do with some more detail and dress. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to bring a gradient from this side to brighten up this part here. And there's the dress, and it's light's coming through lovely through the window, so we want to see some of that. But we also want to see the bride. When we look at the image, we want to see both. So this area could do with being a bit brighter in the highlights as well to balance that out, or we could darken this down a bit. We don't want any blown highlights, so we can take it to about there. Maybe we can increase the shadows very slightly. We don't want the dress to look grubby. Sorry, we could even reduce the clarity, but that looks fine like that. Another dark area here, so I'm going to bring this gradient just to smooth that out a little bit. And then it looks like we're going to have another one from here to make the bride into silhouette again. So bring the shadows down. Okay, just a little quick look at that. Could do with cropping some off the bottom. This is not a great area down here, but could do with cropping some off the bottom, but I don't want to lose too much of this. I don't want to lose a feet off the image, maybe a tad. Make sure I take that ceiling away. Top left. A bit more space around the edge. In fact, I want more space at the top, but this annoys me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another gradient here. I'm going to darken that right down, so it's not so noticeable. This picture here is quite bright, a little bit distracting. So I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to set that to take away some of the brightness, some of the highlights, very slightly. There we go, I can expose that down a little bit. And it's still bright, but it's less distracting. And that's that one. So that's pretty much all I would do to that image. That's what it looked like before. That's what it looks like now.